For some, it was a Christmas of COVID chaos as isolation rules saw hospitals struggle to staff wards, pubs and restaurants forced to close, and schools stretched to stay open. Under pressure to do something about it, today the government said this.
Around 2/3 of positive cases are no longer infectious by the end of day 5. After reviewing all of the evidence, we've made the decision to reduce the minimum self-isolation period to 5 full days in England.
So from Monday, if you test positive, your isolation period reduces from 7 days to 5 if you are double jabbed. That's as long as you can provide 2 negative lateral flow tests, one on day 5 and the other at the start of day 6. The move only applies to England for now. In the rest of the UK, isolation remains 7 days and 2 negative tests. In the US, isolation is already 5 days. Are we right to do the same?
I think this is the year where we do transition back to something, normality. Because the lateral flow tests do actually correlate quite well with when you're infectious to others. If you've had a couple of consecutive negative lateral flow tests, you probably are pretty safe to return back to normality.
It's welcomed by those in hospitality. Michael was forced to close his South London pub on the busiest week of the year in December because of staff having to stay at home.
We run a relatively small business with a relatively tight team, so if we all have a full-time employee who has to be off work for 5 days, it still has an impact, but certainly that's better than 10 days.
The government warns COVID is far from over, but says today is a significant step on the road to learning to live with it. Daniel Hewitt, ITV News.